All right, that was ridiculous because I'm like eating something. I don't even want to eat, but I know that if I don't eat something, I'm gonna be distracted by thinking, should I go eat something? So I just ate a giant bag of popcorn, but I ate it as fast as possible, and I did not enjoy it at all. Oh, it was just terrible. That was terrible. And also, it's like the whole like anytime I'm talking with people, which happened just now, or like last night, I went to the comedy show, blah blah. It's just like I really don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody at all under any circumstances whatsoever because I need to get my business started. Otherwise, I don't have money, and there's just no reason to hang out or talk to anybody or like date somebody. It's pointless. Like if you don't have any income, you don't have any money. What the hell is the point? It's just a waste of time. But, like, you can't not talk to anybody for long, long, long stretches of time. You do have to talk to somebody at some point. But anyways, it's Friday afternoon. But anyway, so I talk to people and I'm like, I say the wrong thing and feel bad about it and feel like they don't like me anymore because of that, you know? And then it's like, but I didn't even want to talk to them in the first place. It's not because of them, it's because I didn't want to talk to anybody. So then I just feel like, oh man, it's the same as like, oh, I just ate something that I shouldn't have eaten and I didn't enjoy it at all. But I just did it because I felt like I had to do it. But yeah, it's Friday afternoon, so probably this whole place is gonna be filled with marijuana smoke soon, and then I'll be high on marijuana, even though nobody believes me that that is a thing, that that actually happens. That does happen. And then I am incapable of coding. Anyways, these feed bots, there's still plenty of feeds that I could look at. Let's see here, where are we? Las Vegas. London. I was gonna say I don't really care. I don't want to look through the rest of these feeds, but then I was like, I'll look at one or two more. I am actually really excited to look at this SEO agency and then look at some other ones, and I kind of want to focus on San Francisco. Before I was like intentionally avoiding San Francisco because I thought that looking at SEO agencies in San Francisco would get weird because a lot of them would actually be like tech startups. And I still think that that's probably true, but now that's a good thing. Now that's what I want. I don't mind because like if they're involved in like GEO, um, then I'm happy to talk to them. Although I don't think it's entirely insane to think that they could steal my stuff. Like if I show them, oh, I have like a good idea, like this is my idea, this is what I do, and then they just have like a team of coders that are really good coders that graduated from Stanford that just take my idea and do it a lot better, and then they have a sales team and they're funded by VCs and they just do that. Um, which I'm not really worried like, oh, they're doing it, so now I can't do it. Like I can still do it. Like if it's an SEO agency in like Milwaukee, they're not going to do all that. They're just going to like, oh, you know how to do this? Okay, I will pay you to do that. But um, in San Jose, they might actually just take the idea and steal it. And I'm not even saying that that's unethical of them. Like, just they're doing whatever they can to justify their funding and their valuations and to build a business. And so, if somebody comes along and I wouldn't really fit as like a full-time developer or a full-time salesperson or something like that. And but that give them the idea. It is not impossible. I mean, like, I like to think I'm, I know for a fact I'm just like a nobody that's like talking into the void constantly. Um, but I mean, Yasser definitely stole one of my tweets. Uh, and it's not crazy to think like the OpenAI people, like I follow every single OpenAI person on Twitter, and sometimes we have little interactions. Um, and like, one thing I said was like, it's crazy that there's no API in production where there's more than two roles. Like there's just user role and assistant role. But like if you want AI to be able to like interact in like a large group, then or even like if you just want there to be a moderator or something, or you want like customer service that's augmented by AI, but it's clear who is the customer service agent and which one is the AI agent, like then you would need the API to be able to handle multiple roles. And then I'm pretty sure they had like 2 months later they announced exactly that. Um, so I don't know. Probably they were already working on it, but I don't think it's insane to assume that they actually did just like take my idea and build on it, and I get nothing from that, which is fine. Like it's better than assuming that that was my idea, which probably it wasn't. Like probably they already had that in the works, but assuming it was, like it's better that I can influence them that way and than that I can't. But anyways, it would just be kind of frustrating if I called like a Silicon Valley company and they were like, "Oh, good ideas. We'll take your ideas. We don't need you." But it's still I don't care. I don't even care if that happens. It doesn't matter at all, to be honest. In fact, it'd probably be a good thing if they would do that, and then I would could watch what they're doing and copy them. But they have like money and good coders. I did not drink that properly. OpenAI's new browser could redefine SEO and PPC. That is a must read. That's absolutely a must read. Huh. Did I close the... Oh my god. I inhaled rain energy. Um, I just need a Google Saved tab. Huh. Oh, Google Saved is weird. Where do I add items, buddy? Why the hell can't I add items anywhere? There we go. Is it just because I was not on full screen? I think it is just because I wasn't on full screen. Why your Shopify store needs SEO just as much as design. I actually feel like reading that. Oh yeah, I heard that Shopify has a WordPress plugin now. So you can just sell Shopify from WordPress, which is great. The best white label SEO service providers to explore in 2025. I'm gonna guess they put themselves on the list. All right, where was what? This was London. There's no way. I feel like I just got a lot of garbage links in London. Loading. Oh, my AI Atlas launches. Reddit sues. Google ships updates. Get your business recommended by ChatGPT before your competitors do. All right, 111 Media Group. It's not that I need to read this, but I don't know. I just compare what they're posting versus what the other SEO agencies are posting on that same topic. Who are the SEO experts leading with trust and results in 2026? All right, that was Miami. So we got Milwaukee next. Looks like that's a 0 for Milwaukee. Minnesota. Minnesota has a few SEO agencies that are put out good content. In the last 2 weeks, Hook. Mm, I couldn't tell you whether I've already saved this one or not. It's kind of annoying because um, when I'm using on desktop and when I'm using on mobile, I can't save them to the same list. So, all right, that's they're moving on to New York. Looks like New York's got a few because it's still loading. I love that. It takes over my screen. It just inserts the HTML into my because I've that's amazing that that can happen. SEO isn't dead, but your strategy might be. Yeah, voice search. There we go. I don't know. I feel like I'm under the effects of marijuana a little bit already. Just a little bit. Just a little tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Just sort of like, I'm a goofball. Like that sort of. Uh, I can't even properly pronounce my words properly. Like, I don't think I'm capable of doing that voice if there's not a little bit of marijuana in the system. The future of SEO is human, not artificial. I'll take you into consideration. I'll take your arguments into consideration. God, it's so annoying to just constantly have to like question whether or not I'm being influenced by weed in the air. And then whenever I tell people that, they're always like, but it's always like, yesterday I was talking to a guy at the bar. He was like, I was like, yeah, when my neighbors smoke weed, I get high, and it happens like every day. And he's like, oh, that's impossible. And it's like, do you smoke weed? And he's like, yeah, I smoke really good weed every single day. And it's like, well, of course you think it's impossible. You know, like, you clearly don't have this experience. Like, if you are somebody that never smokes weed and you're very sensitive to weed, like any contact with weed, smoke, you feel it, then you might understand what I'm talking about. But if you're somebody that smokes weed every day, of course you're gonna be like, that's impossible. It's like, yeah, no, it's definitely fucking possible. You can be affected by secondhand cigarette smoke. You can be affected by secondhand weed smoke. It's not, and I think I'm feeling it. There we go. Start winning GEO with organizational schema. Organizational schema is like my favorite thing in the world right now. How much should I pay for local SEO? Real costs explained. I like that question too. Let's take a look at that. Where are we at here? We're in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. I think this is the first time I've ever looked at the Pittsburgh feeds, so we'll see how it goes. Comrade Web, you should not be in there. You're a Chicago company. That's frustrating how that some of these companies just end up in every list no matter what I do. I guess they're good though. They're good at what they do. That's why they end up in every list. And this one is a also what is keyword difficulty in SEO? How to measure it? Okay, so that's Pittsburgh. That was disappointing. Sacramento. I mean, I didn't even use the deep research on this one. It's sort of. I should. I'll have to make a San Francisco one at some point. Also, the other thing about the whole San Francisco thing is that because this guy, this one guy on Twitter, he has a lot of G's in his name. I'll tell you that. And he's also on some podcasts on YouTube. But he was talking about how this is like how the GEO is like a bubble. There's a lot of like froth in these GEO agencies, um, and kind of makes me want to maybe if I accidentally contact one of these bubble agencies, maybe I don't know, maybe they'll throw maybe there's an opportunity there. Where are we? Sacramento. Okay, San Diego. I think that's it. I think we're done here. San Diego. Well, Texas. The thing is, no, I didn't. I mean, I made an Austin one, so Texas is still like. Here's why I love AI slop. All right, I can't stop. Yeah, that was that was interesting. All right, Toronto. How to optimize your business for AI voice search by Consult Us Digital. I think they're listed in like multiple lists. Okay, fine, whatever. All right. So I just needed to get done with that. So it wouldn't be distracting. To this. I don't know. Honestly, I just feel like I'm not dying of anxiety, and I'm not worried. And so I'm assuming I literally think that that's because of weed smoke in the air. That's so my reaction to the weed. That said, I did just consume 300 milligrams of caffeine, so it could be the caffeine. It could be like the one time per day caffeine boost. But even yesterday I drank a lot of caffeine, and it was still like as I've described, it's like just I'm like not maintaining a steady altitude. Like I'm just spiraling into like just horrible anxiety and depression until I like have a good idea. I think of something that may like gives me hope, or I think of how to solve a problem, and that gives me hope. And then because I have made progress, then I feel good. I feel okay for a little while, and then I have to do it again and again and again. Whereas when I'm under the effects of marijuana, I just feel good anyways, even when I'm making terrible choices and doing things that are making my life worse in every way, I feel good. So the fact that I just suddenly stopped like having that anxiety roller coaster and feeling good makes me think that I am under the influence of some form of marijuana. So anyways, which is too bad, which is I mean, because that's the thing about it is that, like, the anxiety, tells me if I'm going in the right direction or not. Because if I'm doing something and it's making me more anxious, then subconsciously I'm calculating and it's telling me this is not gonna help. This is gonna make things worse. And if I'm doing something and it's alleviating my anxiety, then it's like subconsciously I have determined that this is going to yield results. So it's, but then that like compass is broken if I get even a small amount of exposure to marijuana. And like in this case, like this looking at this SEO company, to me it was like it's like if I have this like feeling like, oh, this is my salvation, like this is my one hope for everything to be okay, is not like this company in particular, but like this activity that I'm engaged in here, then all of my thoughts and energy and effort are focused on it. But if I feel like actually everything's okay anyways, and there's lots of cool things that I could be doing, and this is just one of them, and then it's like I'm not like hyper focused on it, and it turns into like a chore, and then I want to go do something more fun, like make demos. Making demos is fun, but for some reason, making demos, working on my SEO, are two things that I are both um, I like doing a lot more when I am under the influence of THC. And when I'm not under the influence of THC, it just feels like um, a chore that I don't want to do. I don't know. I really think that something changed in my brain from the time I sat down here till now. I'm not thinking clearly now, and I'm in a good mood. What makes you think not clearly, but also be in a good mood? Anyways, I'm gonna still try to do it. So, as I was tweeting about last night, um, so like I can make a demo for this company here without even ever going on the site. I can, and I don't know like specifically this company because if they're not WordPress, then none of what I'm about to say is relevant. But it is a WordPress site, so yeah, like I can probably do everything. A feed bot, I can make a JSON object. I can get all of their social media, which actually I don't have that set up right now, but I was working on the file last night and it's not like difficult. So we'll get that set up soon. I can put them into my SEO company's knowledge bot. I can make a site navigation chatbot. I can make a chatbot that writes posts for them. And I can make them a Google review bot. I can do all of this without even looking at their website. And like almost all of it is automated. For most of that, I can do it by talking to my chatbots. Uh, but for just like a couple of those, I need to edit files. But soon I will make it so that I don't have to edit files for any of that. It's all through chatbots. But what I feel like 100%. Um, Even with all of that, it's like missing something. It's like I'm missing the key ingredient in my interaction with them. Like I can make them this demo. I can send them an email. I can make the video of the demo and then send them an email. I can give them a phone call. But like the missing ingredient is that I have to actually want to work with them. Like I have to actually really truly hope that they are willing to give me the time of day and that they are willing to work with me. And in order for me to want that, I need to think there's something about this company that I like that is admirable or cool or something. Or it's just that I've looked at their people and I'm like, yeah, those look like good people to work with. Um, so it's like a genuine desire to want to work with them, a genuine desire to want to help their company, and then a certain amount of curiosity about their company that I want to know about their company. I want to know more about their company. I want to like dig deeper and find out what really makes them tick. And so the answer to those questions may or may not be on their website. Uh, but if even what is on the website like primes me to have more of those questions, because that makes all the difference. If I make a demo and then I call them, I'm like, I made a demo. Look at it. Do you want to be my partner? It's like I don't know. That's not going to come off well. But if it's like I genuinely am interested in your company, I genuinely like the what I'm seeing from you guys, and I am honestly curious about these. I'm not asking questions because this is a list of sales questions that you should ask. Like these are the discovery questions. Like no, I'm asking these questions because like I honestly want to know, and I want to know because I want to work with you. Like it's that like so that's the missing piece, which cannot really be automated. It's really just about my own motivation. And and then my motivation comes across when I'm talking with people like I don't know. It does. But anyway, so and I'm sure there are things in terms of the automated and the chatbots and what I automate that I will figure out based on doing this. But yeah, so that's the main thing. I want to go on these websites and just look and be like, what is this company really? Who are these people really? Um, That sounds like I'm suspicious or accusatory there when I'm not. I don't mean to be. Like, no, like, just curious, just like a little curiosity about who are they, you know, who really are the people behind this company or the founder of this company and who are his main people or her main people and what really motivates them and what is their real story in terms of like the clients that they've had and like do they really just have like one big client and that's their only thing that's like their only or like do they have like a service they have like a very programmatic way of delivering service so they could have lots of small clients or just what is the story, what's the backstory of this company, that's what I want to know. And then like do I think they're cool, whatever reason. Huh. So what happens when I click on there or learn more what we do? Huh. The copyright is about when you play somebody else's YouTube video on your YouTube live stream. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure as long as I talk through the whole thing, it's okay because that totally ruined their video. If anybody, if you think that my purpose in doing this is to steal your video, then talking over the whole thing. I hope that'd be really annoying if this stream gets nuked because I played that. So this is their web design page, our services. I wonder what happens if I just go to their our services page. I think I was just here. Okay, you do a lot of things. Do you blog a lot? Did I just save this article? I might have. Um, Looks like they have about a once per month blogging rhythm going on. Anyways, this is what I want. Who we are. So these are reviews. I don't know if they're using review schema or not. Doesn't matter. That's not the point right now. That's not my purpose in looking at this to figure out whether or not they're using JSON schema. That can wait. But that's, I mean, I was looking for like the about, I mean, it's a little bit, the about us section is like just a bunch of reviews. That's not helpful. Anyway, so they're founded in 2010. So they've been going for 15 years. We are business owners ourselves. Yes, that makes sense. They're a Google partner. What does it mean to be a Google partner? I don't really know this. A lot of SEO agencies have this Google partner. What? A lot of SEO agencies have this Google partner image on their website. What does that mean exactly? Okay, let's just wait a whole day for one freaking prompt answer. The tag team process. All right, I mean, I'm gonna just not share that one. It's hopefully because I just want to watch and not have to worry about copyright. So it's one of these like chalk, like I don't know what how it is. These things were popular like a couple years ago. I don't know that they're all right. So I'm testing out the chatbot. Interesting that you can upload a file to it. I don't even think this is a chatbot. I think this is live chat. I think I just asked an actual person a question there. Did we ever get a response here? Finally. Holy shit, ChatGPT.
That Google Partner Badge means the agency is officially recognized by Google for meeting certain standards in Google Ads management. Here's what it indicates: certification. The agency's team members have passed Google Ads certification exams: search, display, video, shopping, etc. Performance. Their managed ad accounts consistently perform well and follow Google's best practices. Ad spend. The agency manages a minimum amount of Google ad spend each month, showing active campaign management. Account growth. They demonstrate sustained client growth and optimization skills. There are two levels: Google Partner, the base recognition; Premier Partner, the top 3% of agencies in a given country with higher spend and strongest metrics. It doesn't mean Google endorses their SEO. It's specifically about Google Ads PPC expertise, not organic search. Would you like me to show what the badge looks like and what rules agencies must follow to display it?
Um, I think I already watched that. That's the only thing on this page, huh? Wow, as soon as you click the careers, it goes to Typeform. What is Typeform? It's just for form building. Okay. Form building is outdated. You don't need forms when you got chatbots. That said, my attempts to put the form into the manifest this morning did not go well. Wow, this is interesting. They have quite the FAQ here. All right, I know that I said this wasn't the point, but I gotta know. Is did they make a JSON LD object with the FAQ in it? And it looks like the answer is no. This page just has the same LD JSON. It's just probably every single page on their website is it's injected by Yoast, and it just has basically their organization. Does it have their oh, it's got their Facebook, their X, their Instagram, their LinkedIn. Interesting. I feel like most people don't have that. Either most people don't have that or my scraper is really bad in that regard because it never gets that. Anyways, though, but if I look up FAQ, oh, they have a PWA for this. Interesting. But yeah, I don't think there's like an FAQ object inside of the. I don't think there is. So that would be good for them if they wanted to show up in. I mean, I know Google deprecated the FAQ rich result. So that's fine. That's still though, I think if they wanted to be more visible to AI, ChatGPT, whatever, then they could add a FAQ for this page and possibly put that FAQ onto the graph that's injected into every page. So for what we do, they have like a lot because oh, this is the services. They just have a lot of different service pages, which is cool. I am very tempted to run the thing that scrapes their website for all and see if it picks up on every single if it makes a service object for every single one of these pages. I think it probably will, but that is not the point right now. Man, I am high. I am fucking high right now. There is no way. This is not. I would be having a panic attack. All right. Anyway, so this is their portfolio page, right? Hey, they have a page called The Future of SEO in their resources section. That is quite wild. I might just go get my own weed. So if I'm gonna be high anyways, I might as well just get actually like proper high instead of just getting dumb and lazy because I have exposure to secondhand smoke. All right, so right, they're really avoiding like putting information about themselves on here, about who they are and their story. The most we get is this portfolio, which damn, this is a big portfolio. It takes a long time to load. Which is, that's a WordPress problem right there. The fact that this takes a long time to load because it's like, and this is why I like headless WordPress instead of normal WordPress because like this must be like a page template. It's like a special page template. Even when you use the template, the special page template, that's like perfect for exactly the thing that you want to do here. It's like it will like load slow or something. And like you could just use Chat GPT to code up a custom page that accomplishes the same thing, but it won't be slow necessarily. Or if it is slow, instead of having to rewrite the whole entire template, you just So I'm guessing this is 15 years worth of work here. That's really frustrating how it disappears every time. Project Freedom Realty. What happens if I click off of the icon? Nothing. It's the exact same link. What happens if I go to the project page? Okay. All right. Well, let's just look at the most recent one instead of going all the way back to the beginning. Global platform dedicated to educating, inspiring, and connecting individuals affected by breast cancer. Okie doke. Highly trained temporary to permanent staffing solutions tailored to the unique needs of healthcare facilities, corporate offices, and school districts. Cool. Oops, I'm going in the wrong direction. Oh, look, we have breadcrumbs. Responsive design, web development. Oh, these are not breadcrumbs. These are tags. Midtown chimney sweeps. Hell yeah. I don't know why I had that reaction. I just I don't know how all of their images look so stock imagey. Like, doesn't it? d- I don't know what I'm. A chimney service business. Chimnery, I think is what you call that. Speedy Sparkle Car Wash. Okay. I think I've looked at enough of their things. So basically on their website, we have not learned anything about them as a company, like their story. And we're not really getting a whole lot of information from their portfolio in terms of like, I don't know what really is driving them. What's their reason for being? Aside, of course, from providing SEO services and web design and web, but like, like I don't know. I guess the first question is like, why did the founder decide to start this business? What was he doing that, or she, that, led them in this direction? And then like, why do they offer web design and web hosting and everything? Um, Instead of just focusing on SEO. Not implying that there's anything wrong with that. Like, are these white labeled services or are they all being provided in house? And then, like, what's their biggest client? Uh, how has business been going lately? Has it been improving or getting worse? Like, have they landed a big client recently? These clients, were they mostly like one time? Do they mostly pay a one-time fee or are they paying a retainer? Like, how much is the monthly recurring revenue? What other questions do I have for them? And like, why are they, whichever the answer to any of those questions are, like whatever it is that like, whatever the original reason was that the founder just went in this direction and started this company and stuff like that, like what is really motivating them now? Like what are they trying to accomplish? What are their, like, all right, is there a different direction they're trying to go in? Is there a particular type of client they are trying to pursue? Is there a big potential client that they're currently working on? And then like, are they trying to move into a like focus on the generative engine optimization, or like not, like business as usual? Are they looking to get more code heavy or less code heavy? These are the types of things that I would like to, even if I can't get the answer, just like get hints. So let's see. Go ahead and see if they have anything on Twitter. Everybody always has a Twitter and it's just like been dead for 10 years. Yeah, they don't even use this. It's still on their website though. Okay. Let's see if we can learn more from their LinkedIn. Okay, so two of these, that's pretty small, which is good. That's what I'm looking for. But I didn't realize that it just lists the number of employees right there on LinkedIn. No wonder that is the easiest thing for ChatGPT when I say to it, find the small companies. If I tell it to use the number of employees on LinkedIn as its measure of how small it is, then that works best. And that makes sense because clearly it's just one of the first pieces of information listed under the name of the company. Tag team named after Kyle Taggart. Got it. Let's see if we can learn anything. Oops, I was definitely sharing the wrong tab there. What can we learn about Kyle Taggart? Well, he's got a link to Denver Web Design instead of Tag Team Design. So I wonder. Oh, no, it does link to Tag Team Design. Senior digital designer, creative strategist, UX, UI innovator with over 16 years of experience shaping compelling digital narratives that drive engagement and elevate brand storytelling. As the founder and creative director of Tag Team Design, I've led 1,000 plus website and digital campaign designs. Definitely a lot of experience, a lot of volume. Blending creativity, data-driven design, and emerging technologies to craft immersive brand experiences. In 2020, I launched Backlinker Pro, an SEO automation platform revolutionizing backlink acquisition, domain authority growth, and digital presence optimization. That is exactly what I was looking for right there. That's the key. Backlinker Pro. The marijuana. Smoke weed every day. That definitely tells me a little bit about what, you know, where Kyle Taggart's mind goes. That an he would develop SEO automation platform. Tells me a lot about a guy. I thrive at the intersection of design, technology, and strategy. I integrate AI and automation tools. I will say this. I feel like if Kyle Taggart knew about my chatbots and what they do, and that he can offer them, and that we can work together to customize them, and we can make them like very uh, specific for one client. I feel like he would like that. I think he would be interested. I think he would want to work with me. I think he would want to offer that to clients. I think he'd want to be part of that. I really do, based on what I'm seeing about him right here. So that's it. And that's exactly what I was looking for here. Now I want to contact him and have that conversation with him instead of just like, well, I said I'm gonna do this because it's like it's on my to-do list, you know. So he's still in charge of Backlinker Pro, it looks like. That's what I was wondering about. Oh, see. This is very important right here. We'll come back to that. Set up Backlinker Pro. Do they have a LinkedIn? All right, whatever. Let's we'll leave the Backlinker Pro for, but because I thought like, did he sell it or what? No, he's still running it. It looks like. I didn't mean to. Only one follower. I'm follower number 2. It's got some recommendations from 2011. Is your website ready for Google's AI overviews? I'm gonna save it, and maybe later I'll make a comment about it. Okay, but this is what I wanted to come back to right here. This is clearly where he got into. So he started out as a search engine optimization specialist, and then he started his own company. In 2008, he did a graphic, and he's got a graphic design, a bachelor's art in graphic design. I didn't even know that was a thing, and my business administration. Yeah, okay, good combination. A lot of people go with that route, but he seems to be doing better than others with. Am I allowed to? I could turn on my notifications for I've never done this before. I've never turned on notifications for anybody on LinkedIn before, so I'm curious just to see what happens now with that. I probably didn't mean to show all that. This is so it's the way LinkedIn has this set up. Oh, it's an affiliated page, and now that's no, just how do they not realize that this is like extra that nobody is using this? I don't know. It's probably backlinks though. I don't know if they count. Okay, well, I feel like that's everything I can possibly learn about this company. But that's interesting how like 100% of the answers to my the information that I would use to answer my questions, 100% of what I have to go on came from the LinkedIn. 0% came from the website. The Twitter isn't even being used anymore. The YouTube hasn't posted anything in 4 years. Some of these are 7-year-old videos. But the LinkedIn gave me all the info that I was looking for. Huh. Well, I feel like I mean, I want to move on to another company. I want to move on to San Francisco. But I feel like if I don't make a demo for, I think it was Kyle, right? Kyle Taggart. Right now, that would be stupid. I was just trying to confirm that that was Kyle Taggart and not a different name. And now it's taking. It ain't easy. All right. One more time. Go to and open the LinkedIn. What time is it in Colorado? In theory, I could make a demo and send him a video the weekend, you know? Assuming, I mean, who knows? He works all weekend, every weekend, or anything's possible here, but Yep, Kyle. I literally just spent that much time just looking to make sure his name was Kyle. Okay. I'm gonna take a little break and then I'm gonna do that. Take a little tiny break. Right. Yep. Just now on the way to the bathroom, I started singing The Weekend, which singing The Weekend is something that I don't do unless I'm under the influence of marijuana. Would never, could never. But right now, I'm like, oh yeah. Why is that? Because the neighbors have been smoking weed every single day since they moved in here. Every single fucking day, I am high on secondhand weed smoke. Okay, but if you click on their number of employees, yeah, okay, it just lists. Interesting. So it doesn't even list their employees either. It lists like a totally different, or maybe not. Maybe the other person just lives in Richmond, Virginia. Anyways, what was the URL? Tagteamdesign.com. Okay, let's check if I have them. And if not, the first thing I'm gonna do is add them on there, even though they're only posting about once. Maybe they want to post. Maybe they want to let me guest post. What am I looking for? Tag team design. I think this is. I think I got that. This is where this. Generative engine optimization for Denver businesses. Top 10 best practices. I think that article is where this whole thing jumped off from. That I wouldn't even know these people existed if it weren't for that article. This is hard to use here. It is truly right in the middle of all of the posts, so it's going to be a little bit hard to find. But you know what I can do is just, whoa, there is, all right, just tag, fine, tag team. Shit. Denver. 43. How are there 43 references to Denver in this? There we go. Okay, see, it's happening here too. Why does this happen? Is it just my browser? Why does my browser always make a giant space after every apostrophe? I should really be charging my phone. Well, didn't need to tell ChatGPT that one. Okay, that was ridiculous. Why is there always a giant space after every apostrophe in my browser? Interesting. I don't know. I feel like it's definitely a language issue. It's definitely like a Chinese issue. This kind of. Monitor AI search presence. Just as you might track Google rankings, start paying attention to how your brand appears in the output. Some tools like HubSpot's AI Search Grader can estimate your AI visibility. But does Tag Team Design have access to that? And then do they use that to do that for you? That's what I want to know. Conversation keywords, natural language, structure your content for AI humans, format matters, incorporate schema and data markup. Yup. All right. I don't know what I was hoping to get out of that. Let's see it in its original environment. What was I doing here? We're gonna make a demo for Tag Team Design. I guess. And maybe we will contact Kyle before he gets done with work for today. Or before 5 PM on Friday. I mean, who knows what his work situation is, but all right. So review bot maker. Did I already have their difficult step? Damn. And yeah, but I like to start by making the JSON objects because then I can for all the subsequent steps I can ask I can just use the vector database. Thing feed bots. Oh right, I kind of forgot that the last time I did this, it just sort of like called out on me. I think that's because they had just a lot of pages. I don't think that Tag Team has as many pages, has enough pages to cause a stall out. But we'll find out. I hope I didn't edit any of these files in such a way that I now have to re-edit them. This one looks good. Let's try this one. That one looks good. Let's try this one. That one looks good. Wait, does it look good? What is that? If is said company slug. Yeah, okay, it's fine, whatever. And then so I need to go to feedbots slash parser. Ooh. Definitely that is not correct. I didn't go to feedbots, that's the problem. That is not the problem. Though that was one of multiple problems. Parser JSON LD2. Okay, I forgot about the LD. You can't forget about LD. LD is anonymous. I am curious, what is this VC? It probably implies a specific WordPress plugin or template is being used. All right, you don't have to know everything, you know? Let's find out though. WP Bakery page builder. Yep. Okay. Seems to be a popular thing. All right, I have to check and see whether or not this is working. We can really just speed this process up. So it looks like the fact that it didn't stall out so far. Oh, shit. My input exceeds the context window of this model. I can't believe that that's never happened before. Wild. All right, well, I'm gonna just run it with the HTML or with the WordPress pages and without the raw HTML. And my guess is that it won't run into that issue. That said, I'm not entirely sure that that would be like a fatal error, so maybe we already have a JSON object for tag team in here. URST. Nope, we got nothing. That is wild. All right, so I've commented out the part that just grabs the HTML, and we're just going to use the WordPress. And that was fast. That was much faster. But there is a reason why, because it's grabbing way less. But not nothing. You see, there is content here, which is good. Because if there was no content here, because some people just, I mean, there's just, you can't get anything through the WordPress API, which is the whole reason why the HTML scraper is a thing. But unfortunately, I've already overwritten. Oh shit. No, it has the exact same problem. Your input exceeds the context window of this model. How did I not run into that problem before? I had like insanely long. Okay. Well, let's try it the other way around. Let's put the raw HTML back into play and take out all the WordPress content and see if that one goes through. Uh-huh. Okay, you're not supposed to just say that. That is wild. What happened here? What happened? I don't understand what the problem is there, but see what happens if I comment out both of them and just try to take the JSON objects from the site. There's gotta be, I know for a fact there's an organization object on every page inserted by Yoast. But if it's the same on every page, then most likely the final object won't be much better than just that one object. You know why that's happening. What is the issue here? Oh yeah, that makes sense that the schema file is not, oh, so one website, one organization, one place, one local business, 55 image objects, 34 breadcrumbs, 53 web pages, and 53 postal addresses. Uh, uh, I sure hope that's in the inputs and not the outputs. And then we have an open AI API key problem because of reasons. LMNOP. Damn, 125 kilobytes is the final output. That is so weird how sometimes it's insanely big and sometimes it's anyways, that's let's look for things. Is that not how you spell address? Oh, look, it got it did manage to get all of the social medias. No, we seriously just saved the same address like a trillion times. We do not need the address in there that many times because every single page had the address with a different ID on it. Uh, hmm. I don't really want these image objects in there either, but whatever. Okay, so for now, we're just gonna leave it the way it is. And let's just let's find something out about tag team design. Oh, yeah. It couldn't find anything about tag team design, and I know why, because um, I didn't upload. Let's try it again. Look at that. I just got really sleepy all of a sudden. Okay. High market. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, so the review bot maker. I keep on. Obviously, I could just grab the address myself from since I found it 100 million times, but yes, it is. That is their address. What is their email? sales@tagteamdesign.com. What is their LinkedIn? Interesting. See if this works. It's gonna be a big problem. Oh, thank God it worked. Okay. Oops, I wasn't sharing, but whatever. Okay, so I just need this thing right here, the address, but then I have to remove all of the commas from it. And then I need to add the name of the business. Tag team design. Tag team design com, okay. Now let's make a feed bot. Should it be HTTPS :/ tag teamdesign.com. Tag team design com, tag team design com. Okay. Holy moly, the name of that review bot is insane. Okay, so we have a review bot. We have a oops, I'm just clicking around directories pointlessly. Not the directory I need to be in. It is not always easy to remember what directory you're trying to click on when there is secondhand weed smoke in the air. Makes you a little bit dumb, makes it hard for you to remember things you were doing a second ago. And right now I have no idea what I'm trying to. Oh, I forgot when I was drunk last night, I made like 1,000,000 Hong Kong feed bots and 1,000,000 review bots that may or may not have matched each other. Okay, so T in the T section, I should be in T and then tag team. No, I need a rag bot. What is my most recent rag bot? I truly don't know. We'll just have to use 702 Pros because nope, we're not going to use them. That is just too much. Alphametic, Augurion. All right, Augurion I think is going to be fine. So what am I looking for? Tag team design. Tag team design, rag. All right. Let's see here. So they should have a rag bot. Let's give them a post maker bot. Again, https://tag team design.com. Okay, now they should have a post maker bot. What am I missing? They need a manifest. Who's got a manifest for these guys? That was kind of stupid of me to work on that manifest for my own thing this morning and then not. Use it. That was kind of why I was looking at the feeds and there was just like a ChatGPT. It looked like somebody had written their blog post in ChatGPT and then just screenshot it and posted that. All right, so let's see here. The tag team. First of all, there is no FAQ bot for the time being, I guess. I don't know. Then the rag bot is called tag team design RAG. And then the blog bot is called capital T tag team design blog feed. And then the review bot is called something insane. Review bot is called tag team design Denver web design SEO capital R review bot. Okay. And then All right, and then I need to add a postmaker tag team design post bot file tag team design compost maker.php. Then and the type would be post maker. Allows composing of blog posts that would be appropriate for tag team designs blog and have internal links. What am I missing? I feel like there's not enough blogs on here. So we got Feedbot, Postmaker bot, Brag bot, Review bot. So there's just like the web form bot, the FAQ bot, browser bot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it all matches up. Now let's give it a try. Sample equals tagteamdesign.com. Tagteamdesign.com. No dot, all undercase. All right, I'm just going to test it out right now. Forget it. At least a minimal test, whatever. I was thinking, the whole idea is that I test it while I'm making a video. And the video would be like when I make the video on Canva. And so I don't really want to do that at the same time as I'm on YouTube. So far the feedbot is working fine. The post bot, let's give it a try. All right, the post bot, everything, not saying this is a good post, but like you get the idea. It's capable of generating a post and making the internal links. And to make it actually make a good post, I would have to adjust the prompt and the information it has access to and stuff like that. But just getting the idea across here. For the sake of getting the idea across, it does work. Now, review bot. This is just a little annoying because I have to redo all of this again for the Canva video, or I have to edit this into a video. Neither of which I prefer to do. $45 reviews. Let's see here. So we got block view bot, post bot, review bot, site bot. Let's try the site bot. Um, I always forget that the site bot, you can't escape it. I feel like I was curious about something earlier when I was looking at their website, and I don't remember exactly what it was. Help desk. One thing I was curious about was whether or not it would grab those FAQs. I don't know. Okay, well, like I said, I can't click on a button to get out of the browser, so I have to start a new one before I check the rag bot. Um, Oops, I forgot. I wonder what we missed there. Okay, I was figuring it probably wouldn't say anything because there was nothing. I didn't see anything about any humans. The only way to know about the humans is by clicking through to the LinkedIn, which actually raises an interesting question, which is that for the knowledge bots, maybe it would be possible to follow if they have like a LinkedIn or to follow the link and then scrape the information off of their LinkedIn. I'm not sure what the logistics of that would be, but it might not be that hard, especially considering that like when I was looking for information about, like I said, every piece of information that was actually going to like help me answer the questions I was curious about came from the LinkedIn. Okay, so what am I doing here? Now that I made a demo for them, for Kyle Taggart. I don't know. I really, I'm like, I don't want to send this to him. I think he's gonna think it sucks, or he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna understand what this is and why I'm sending it to him. That's the issue. And all of the motivation I had a second ago about that I have to contact him before, what time is it? 3:46 in Colorado. I lost it. I lost my something in the process of making this has made me I don't know. I mean, it's tempting to be like, well, just there's no reason to send it to him right now. Like, just on Monday, just go back to the website, just like I just did, and look at it and think about it, or go to his LinkedIn and review his LinkedIn, and then you think about what you wanted to ask him and what you wanted to talk to him about, and then you give him a call. But I don't know. There's just something about the manifest, or I guess it's just like I've mailed there is no web form, there is no FAQ. The manifest is as cookie cutter as I could possibly make it. The background is of the snow instead of like the Colorado mountains or something along those lines. It should really be the Colorado mountains. Um, would you like to use Sora? Guess what? I'm not allowed. No, I really only want videos. Holy moly. It is kind of ridiculous to have AI generated things. Like this guy could literally step outside and take a picture. But regardless of that, what I need is a loop. Nothing is useful to me without a loop. Oh, this is too much work. Seriously, it's like if I want to make it like a demo special for him, then I'm putting in a bunch of work for somebody I haven't even talked to, who might just hang up on me, who might not even be willing to have a conversation with me, who might, if they have a conversation with me, might give me like really legitimate reasons why they have no interest in this right now. Maybe they're too busy, or their plate is full, or uh they're selling their business or do something like that, you know? It's not the right time for them. So it's kind of stupid for me to put any time and effort into making things special and even talk to them yet. But at the same time, it's also work you make doesn't really. Oh, look at that one. Oh, whoa. Can I just need to list. Okay. Oh, but pines? That's not good. Let's see if it allows me to loop that. It's actually been a really I messed around with Sora at all. But that would be sweet if I could get that loop. That's pretty smooth. I didn't see any jerking. All so smooth. In fact, is there any difference at all between these ones? They look very similar. I'm definitely noticing there's some jerking happening somewhere. But that might just be the pausing. I don't know. I should just go with the first one. It's good enough. Why am I wasting time? This is going to be the new background video for all of my chatbots, even though I should be able to make it just for that one. When I thought about the logistics of doing that, I realized it would require a bit of cleaning up previous code, and I don't want to do that. It's just like I said with this is like if I just do it special for him, then it's like I'm spending time working on things that I have not even talked to the guy, and I don't know if he's interested. But if I don't do it special for him, then maybe he will be like, "What? Losing, not have interest in working with me just because of that." Rocky Mountain here. I'm pretty sure this is just a. Oops, I'm not even sharing the right screen at all. So I'm pretty sure if I open an incognito tab and go to, I guess I can go to any of my websites at all, any chatbot will do, and it should show the Rocky Mountain. Wow. Yeah, but you can only see the clouds. You can't even see the mountains. The mountains only come into view when you're basically if you'd have to be on a cell phone for the mountains to come into view. And I don't know anybody that's got a cell phone. Remember how they used to be a thing? Now nobody has them. I don't know, that might be a step back. That might be I'm hustling backwards. Is it 5? So it's 4 o'clock in Colorado. Anyways, so um, I don't know. Honestly, I think it's like the just the process of making the demo is itself what knocks me out of that. Like, it was like, oh, I'm like curious about this guy. I'm curious about his company. I would love to talk with him. I'd love to establish a business relationship with him. But then as soon as I make the demo, it's like, well, now everything that I like any conversation with him is like tied into the demo making process. And so if it becomes like a longer thing than projecting, you know, extrapolating to other demos and other of companies, it becomes like unsustainable or something. It's like just get through it and move on to the next one. That way I have the most efficient process possible. I guess. I really don't know what it was about making the demo that just completely ruined my motivation there. And now I don't want to send him an email. I don't want to give him a call. I don't want to. Even though I just made this. No. Before I didn't have one. And I wanted to talk to the guy. Now I have the thing to show him and I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe the best thing to do is to wait and like just wait for a while and like come back to it or whatever. But I think I should just like choose a different SEO company and just go through the same process one time here. And not the process of making them a demo, just the process of trying to learn about them as a company. Interesting. Why is there no AI overview? Helium SEO, they're number one. Thrive is number two. But the fact that the URL is Helium SEO /San Jose, that tells me that they're not actually located in San Jose. Let's find out. Ooh, team? Wow, look at their chatbot. They have experience in over 28 cities. Free strategy call. Oh, okay. Cincinnati, Ohio. Interesting. All right. Cool. Cincinnati, that's where they're located now. That's not San Jose, so let's keep let's keep going till we find one that's actually in San Jose. Where's Thrive located? I just gotta know because they pop up all the time, over and over and over again. So I need to know where they should actually be located. Uh, the headquarters is in Arlington, Texas. Thrive, I don't know if they're just enormous or they're really good at what they do, or both. But they show up for everything. Frisco Web Solutions. It's so dry in here. Only 12 Google reviews, holy moly. Okay, I very much forgot what I was even trying to do here. Services, web design, digital marketing, commerce portfolio, testimonial, contact us. Guy Trigger. Really? feel like this article I looked at, the 7 SEO agencies, somehow it managed to generate this entire website as because I was reading the article. And then all of these portfolios are also just generated on the spot. Just making up names of companies that don't exist. I didn't really ever think about like in terms of wait, they have a YouTube. Let's see what their YouTube consists of. Like I would never think like, oh, well, if you wanted to partner with an SEO agency, like what would be your ideal like how scenario? And it's like, but looking at these, like I would like a agency to have been around for about 10 years because that gives them a time that they're not just barely figuring things out for sure, but they're not like necessarily 100% established. I don't know. It's basically like the amount of time I've been back in the US. I've been starting their company right about the time when I moved back to the US. So that they're everything that's happened since they started their company and since like it's we've been living a shared experience there, whatever. I don't know if there's any real reason why that should be the case, but it's from 11 years ago, so this person's not AI generated. Okay, 2012, that's when Redfin Marketing was established. Let's find Redfin Marketing. But they're in Jacksonville, Florida. So why am I finding them in the list of San Francisco agencies? Killing me. Symbiotic. Headquarters in San Jose, 10 employees. Perfect. Okay, you tell me that they use WordPress, but you don't tell me what their website is called. Symbiotic. Only 5 Google reviews. Everybody has way more followers on LinkedIn than I would have thought. 2,000 followers for this guy, I feel like. Not that the same people that follow them should have left them Google reviews, but like if you have enough, uh, I don't know, like if you're legit enough to have 2,000 followers, then you'd think you'd have more than 5 customers. So 6 associated members. Wait a minute, I wanted to go back. Where was the first page that came up with them? Go on their LinkedIn. Right, 2 to 10 employees. Let's find out about their 2 to 10 employees. President at Symbiotic, digital marketing project manager, account manager, digital marketing strategist. I will look and see who is blogging for them. Is this a WordPress site? This does not look like a WordPress site. Let's find out if it's a WordPress site real quick. It looks like that's a yes, just that the rest has been disabled. Well, they only have one blog post this whole year, but it is on GEO. So I don't know whether that means they're out of date or not. Or no, they're definitely not. All right, whatever. But that's pretty light blogging considering that they have so many employees listed. Look at all these employees. Even if it's just 5, like that's Adam Kuntz wrote this. So Adam is the president. Definitely his LinkedIn bio is the thing that's gonna give me the most information. That said, last night when I was looking at a website for the company was Yogurt Digital in Australia. Um, and Yogurt Digital had like I felt like with looking at their portfolio was the big unlock. Like I didn't really understand who they were, what they were about, and then when I looked at the portfolio page, that was like, whoa, I know something about these people now. That said, I didn't really look at their LinkedIn bios as carefully as I did with the one in Denver just now. So maybe there's even more to learn about them. With the exception of Maria Gonzalez, because she was the one who wrote the article. So what, I already looked at this, I'm sure. The about page, which I'm not even sharing that screen. So awards we've won now. I'll share the screen. Okay, they haven't won an award since 2022. Even I won an award. I won Ugliest Man at Taco Bell. What is that? Oh, that's about the cookies. Alright, I don't really. Uh, I guess I was looking for the portfolio, and there, like, it seems there is no portfolio. Um, so let's just see what we can find on Adam Kuntz's LinkedIn bio. Speaking of which, I should really update my LinkedIn bio. It's kind of interesting. You can see the activity of somebody. It's you can see whether or not they're like active on LinkedIn. Okay, so he's been at Semiotic for 10 years and 3 months. Before that, DesignWorks in San Jose. He was a managing partner and a technology director. And before that, he was with Zilog. And a web developer. So he started as a web developer in San Francisco in 1997. If you were a senior web developer in 1997 in San Francisco, that kind of tells me a lot about you. I mean, you don't get a lot more experience than that. You are very, very experienced in the realm of online marketing. Is Zilog still a company? Zlog, maybe? I don't know how to pronounce it. DesignWorks. So he's been in the space since 1997, at least. And then the company that he first worked for as a web designer was a semiconductor manufacturing company as a web developer. So he is teched out, like he is in the thick of the tech universe there, in the center of the tech universe. Zlog was acquired by Littelfuse. See what's new, visit Littelfuse. Really. Littelfuse is located in Rosemont, Illinois. All right. I kind of have lost track of why I'm doing this. It doesn't make sense to me anymore, so I'm gonna stop. But I think that after I take a little break and clear my mind, it will make sense again, and I will want to continue just looking at these companies and figuring out their stories, figuring out who runs them and why they were started and what their history has been and what their clients are and um, whether or not they'd be like a good match for me to work with and how I should approach them and just generating a sense of curiosity and like a genuine desire to communicate with them. And then There's just one other thing. I wanted to just like cruise through my little to-do list here. Um, because in the event that I feel like it's become the weekend and I can't contact SEO agencies and I need to focus on doing like coding stuff, even though I'll probably be high on secondhand weed the entire weekend. So coding is difficult. So I wanted to set up like a system just for making Chinese language prompts. I wanted to the JSON that creates no, the file that creates a JSON object out of the HTML. I wanted to like make that into its own little chatbot in the switcher. I wanted to make a just do the same for the one that uses the WordPress, and then do the same for the one that scrapes JSON objects from theirs. Just make them modules that stand alone. Figure out why my blog posts have white space in them. Grab the social media info from the footer of websites so that that's in the JSON object. Make an email drafter bot. Set up an SMTP server, which we can combine those later. Get my email signature on Gmail and AI upgrade. Yes, so that I can do that. Because that's sort of the thing. Like I can send, if I send 100 emails this weekend, and then on Monday, I have 100 phone calls to make, which are following up with people. And I don't have to worry about them saying, send me an email, because it's like, I actually already sent you an email. Use the SEO analysis chatbot. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good point. I should do that. I might do that later today. I might do that coming back from taking a break. Figure out how the postbot can automate adding JSON schema per post. Okay, that's a good idea, but that's definitely on the back burner. It's not urgent at all. Make FAQs all the time, every day. That's an interesting one, because like a few of the articles I was reading yesterday, they sort of talk about how like FAQs are, it's like a rich result, and so it's like I should have like the files to just to take anything and turn it into FAQ, just format it as an FAQ. And then I should be able to take the FAQ and put it either in FAQ bot or in the manifest, There's it's like almost no reason not to do that, or put it in JSON objects that are in the HTML, but they don't display on the screen, but the AI see them. There is very little reason not to just FAQ the shit out of everything. But I still feel like maybe I'm missing the point of why I wrote that in the first place. Okay, so for the meta feed and make it into a chatbot, put the titles in the combo history. So the idea is so first of all, the chatbot should list these options, and then when you click on something, it's just going to take these titles and put them in the chat history. That's a good first step. And honestly, that would actually make it a useful chatbot for me personally, right off the bat there. Like, because that's all I really want. I'm going to click through to read the article. I haven't been really using this the way it's displayed below. But again, I could pull the whole article content in for most of these websites. Yeah, but that's just, but basically between all of those three, it's like, okay, so every file that you've made in the past 2 weeks, just make it into a chatbot, regardless of how, like whether you're taking all the functionality of the file or just the most basic functionality, that's fine, because then once it's in there, you can build on it incrementally. But that's the whole idea. Okay, I'm done here.